Hey guys, this is Stu. Just thought I'd do an inbox review on a tiger I recently bought. It was one I actually got via a very good friend of mine who has his own sort of modelling website, and he's a member of the ISM modelling community. It's Tim Iverts at Cheap Kits and Bits. He's a lovely guy. I've had one or two good cracks with him on the Hangouts with Paul Bretland, Mike Curran and the guys, and he's a superb modeller. He's very passionate about his hobby, and his particular interest is armour. And he basically is one of these guys who does deals on kits. He buys and sells them, and his Facebook page is called Cheap Kits and Bits, and he has his own as well, obviously. If you are not on Facebook, his email address, if I get this right, if I've got this wrong, Tim, let me know, is timiverts@gmail.com. Alright? As I say, he's a smashing bloke. He's always done me some good deals on kits that I've been eagerly after, and I saw this one which was posted on his site about 3 weeks ago, and he got me this kit for the deal of, get this, and with postage, £40. This is one I've been after for the last about year, because obviously I've been building early versions of Tigers, and I've been eager to get my hands on the mid-production with obviously zimmeritt, which is moulded onto this kit. As I say, check him out. He's always putting posts up most days on deals for kits. In fact, I've got my eye on a universal carrier actually, I'm sort of bearing in mind. But as I say, check him out. Alright, anyway, let's get on with the review. This particular one, the reason I've got this mid-production is because I, at some stage when I build it, will be doing it in the markings of Otto Carius. Now, I've actually sourced some aftermarket decals for it, which is done by Star Decals, because actually one of the versions that's featured in here is 217, which was Otto Carius's Tiger, and they're all from mid-production examples. Okay, and also I want to recommend a book that it was actually written in Otto's own words. It's called Tigers in the Mud, and Paul and Mike have wholeheartedly told me it's a fantastic book, and I do look forward to reading it at some stage, guys. Okay, anyway, let's get on with enough of the waffle. Let's get on with the review itself. As you can see, is depicted on the front of the illustration of the box is of tiger out in the eastern front. I would suggest around about circa 1944. Okay, then on the side of the box you've got the familiar CAD drawings, which you see there, showing various aspects and details of the kit, including zimmeritt. On the other side you've got one of 8 options, 8 markings you can do the tiger in. Alright, and if anybody wants to get hold of this kit, the kit number is 6700, that's 6700, and I have seen these on eBay. Alright, but as I say, if you want Tim to check your one out, he will keep an eye out and let you know when there's one in. Alright, right, as is usual with dragon kits, the box is absolutely packed up to the hilt, so you're really getting some good value for money here, guys. Now, with the instructions, they're very much the same as they have been on my previous inbox reviews, so I'm not really going to go through them a lot. Again, obviously you've got the normal Mr. Hobby colour callouts on this, and the blue areas donate the parts that are not going to be used in the kit. Okay, so you're going to have a ton of spares. And I've got tons left over from the early version that's nearly finished now. And then on the back you've got one of 8 examples. The first one is of a unit based out in Poland in 1944 at about March, which is of a sort of a winter whitewash scheme, which could make an interesting example. The second one again is of the same unit out in Poland in 44, and 132 also is around about, let me have a look, same period as well. The next one below that is of an option for an example at Anzio. Okay, and then 304 is of one of the 3 aces that's depicted in the kit, which is Heinrich Ritter, which was out in Mons in 1944, in spring of 44. The next example is 331 of Thomas Amselgruber's, which was again of the same period, which you can see there. And then the last example is of Alfred Gunther. Now this was again in Mons in spring 44. Alright guys. Right, let's have a look and see what's inside this box. First off, you've got the fenders, the side skirts. With these I'll probably cut various parts off because not all of them had the whole skirt on, and I'll probably just bend it slightly. Whoops, sorry about that guys, it just fell off the box, to make it look as though it's battle damaged. And the same with the exhaust shrouds. I'll probably use the Dremel drill on that and thin it down a little bit, just make it look as though it's a little damaged, or get some aftermarket ones, which I know you can get. Then you got the sprockets, which you see there. That I'm not quite sure what that is. I'll have to do some research on that. Then obviously you've got the stowage section, which you put on the back of the turret. Sorry about that. And you have the option of keeping one of them open or not. And then obviously you've got a spare mantlet there. Alright. Next up, you've got the actual deck of the tank, which you can see there, beautifully moulded, especially with the engine grills that you can see there. Okay, yeah, very nicely done. And then obviously you've got the tight ring on the back here. It's not as finely detailed as the last Tiger I reviewed, which was 6730, which is the recently released Whitman early version. What else is there? Yeah, nothing there of interest I can point out. And this is why I bought this kit. Look at that. This is the front armour. You can see, I don't know if you can see it guys, but you've got all the zimmeritt moulded on there. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's even on the front armour plate. So you haven't got to worry about ATAC or getting some aftermarket etched brass sets for the zimmeritt on this thing. It's even on the front plate there, with you got the driver's hatch and the machine gun. Okay, and even depicted on the mantlet as well. If I can get it into view, there you go. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, I mean that's going to save a lot of hassle, and yeah, lovely. And it's even on the commander's hatch as well. Look at that. Right, then obviously you've got the main hull, which depicts the torsion bars, which was a well-known feature of the Tiger. So that is beautifully crisply moulded. Again, the detail on that will come up nicely for the wash. And again on the turret, look at the zimmeritt that's moulded on it. Beautifully done. Absolutely beautifully done. Okay. And the reason that was actually put on there on the original tanks was to stop anybody putting any mines on the side of the tanks. It was like a paste. But towards the end of the war they stopped doing it because of the fumes of the ammonia apparently were knocking out the crew inside. So there you go. Then you've got the jack, which you see there. So that's nicely detailed, but along with the standard tools that come with the kit. And then you've got the top of the turret, obviously. Check out which example you're doing, because each mid-production did vary. So do your research, guys. And then obviously you've got the engine, you've got the tank covers there, as well as the internal details for the barrel. Alright. Now, one thing I will say, with the tow ropes on this, be careful when you take them off because they're very, very delicate. I found that out through my detriment when I actually did take them off the sprue on my early version. It snapped like hell, and I ended up having to tannablise it from the Italeri kit, which I call Betsy. Okay. And then obviously your next sprue, you've got the engine grills, and then you've got the whip aerial, I think, the antennae, more tools, you even got the cleaner for the barrel, and then there's your tracks to go on the side of the turret, okay, along with the torsion bars. Then you've got the engine, you've got the tank, main tanks for the, well, fuel tanks for the tank. Sounds good, doesn't it? And then look at the detail on the actual radiator grills. Superb. And obviously down here, I don't know if you can see it, you've got the coolant fans. And there's your idler wheel. Alright. Oh, that's handy. You've got spare tow ropes. Oh, well, that's good. Oh, well, so if you have an accident, you've got some spares in this kit, guys. Okay. And then you've got your standard side plates, front plate, and engine cover. Engine hatch. Okay. And then obviously you've got your back mud guards, beautifully detailed again. Last sprue, obviously, is your running gear. Again, it's beautifully moulded, as you can see there, guys. Alright, and I think this had a mixture of steel wheels as well as the ordinary tired ones. I might be incorrect. If I am, leave a comment. And then obviously got a spare back plate and top of the turret again. And then you got the optics for your cupola, and then obviously you got the cupola itself, which is a little bit different from the early version. And then you got your familiar DS tracks. Now, guys, love these. Some of you modelers don't. You hate them with a passion. I love them because you get the natural sag, and you can do that easily with Mike's technique. As I say, again, check out one of his how-to videos to do sag on the tracks. Alright. And then finally, you got your etched brass sets for your coolant fans, etc., and your grills. Okay. And then on the back here, there's your decal options. And I have to say, these bed down absolutely beautifully, guys. They really do. I can't fault them. I don't know if it's Cartograph that do the decals, but they are... Is it Cartograph? Yeah, I think it is Cartograph. I might be wrong. But they are beautiful, and if ever you don't need these, you can always use them for spares. Alright. So, guys, that, my friends, is the mid-production 6700 Dragon Tiger 1. You can't fault these Tiger Dragons. If you ever want the best kits of a Tiger, apart from Academy, get Dragon. They may be expensive, but by God, you certainly get your value for money with this kit, because, as I say, they're packed out, absolutely packed out. I'm having trouble trying to get it all back in the box. Yeah, wonderful looking kit. I'm really going to enjoy building this as and when I get around to it. So, get a chance, get one of these. As I say, ask Tim. I'm sure he'll keep an eye out for you. He's got great service, and there you go, Tim. Thanks mate, for getting this through so quickly for me. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, subscribe and leave me your comments. So until then, get kit crazy, happy modelling, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now, guys. Take care.